Hi guys, welcome to Bible Breakdown. I'm at work and we getting it in. There's no excuse. So it starts out by mentioning that the cupbearer and the baker were making Pharaoh mad, so he threw them in prison, and Joseph ended up being their personal attendant like he used to be for Pharaoh. So on the same night, the baker and the cupbearer, they both had a dream, and they both had separate meanings from each other. And the next morning they woke up and was very confused, distraught, and Joseph saw them and was like, are you guys okay? Like, what's going on? So they're both like, we had dreams and we have no idea what they mean and we have no one to interpret them. So Joseph is like, listen, God got y'all. Like, let me know what the dream was. So the cupbearer's dream was that he saw 3 branches and they were like blossoming and they made grapes. And then the cupbearer took the grapes and squeezed the juice out and put it in Pharaoh's cup. And then he handed Pharaoh his cup. So Joseph's like, oh, so the 3 branches mean 3 days. And it basically is saying that you're going to be restored your position with Pharaoh and you're going to hand him like his drink how you used to. So Joseph is telling this man, he's like, listen, when you get out of here, mention my name to Pharaoh because I want to get out of here. Like, please help me. To quote what he said, verse 14 says, but when all goes well for you, remember that I was with you. Please show kindness to me by mentioning me to Pharaoh and get me out of this prison. For I was kidnapped from the land of the Hebrews, and even here I have done nothing that they said put me in the dungeon. So basically, Joseph is like, I'm wrongly accused. I don't belong here. Please help me get out. If you mention my name, I'm sure like he'll have favor and let me leave. So the chief baker, he was hype. He was like, because his dream is good, mine should be good. So let me tell you, he was like, I have 3 loaves of white bread in a basket on top of my head with like filled with different goods for Pharaoh. But he was like, as I was bringing them to Pharaoh, there's birds that were like eating at the basket, like the goods in the basket. Joseph's like, listen, in 3 days, Pharaoh's gonna hang you and the birds are gonna eat your flesh. I'm sorry I'm laughing, but what? That is crazy. Then in 3 days, guess what happened? All this comes to pass. So 3 days is Pharaoh's birthday and he's having like this big feast for all his servants. So he goes to prison and he gets the baker and the cupbearer, and everything that Joseph said would happen happened. So the cupbearer, he got his job back, he was happy, and the baker, he was hung. But the sad part is that the cupbearer forgot about Joseph altogether. He did not mention his name to Pharaoh. He just acted like he didn't exist. And that's the end of chapter 40. We are almost done Genesis, y'all. We are getting down to it, okay? But yeah, tomorrow we shall do chapter 41. I love y'all. God loves y'all more. Have a good night.